I'm Iris.
Hey, I'm Anthony.
And welcome to our garden. And today, we're planting garlic and onions. And now we're ready to do our garlic. And as you can see, we prepared trenches for it. We're trying to get 90 garlic cloves in this bed around the oregano. So that's our goal. So in here I have 90 cloves that I pulled apart, broke apart, and I picked the largest ones. Then I soaked them in peroxide for about 10 minutes just to make sure there's no parasites or anything on them. Then I drained them off and I put them in some seaweed fertilizer. And I let it soak in there for about 2 hours, probably more than I should have. But you really need, just do about 20 minutes. And then I let them sit and dry overnight. So this is where we are now. And now we're going to put these in the ground. So they are well saturated with some fertilizer. So it should help them jumpstart. Now we're going to put them in the ground. And you see the bottoms, that goes down, tip side up. And you want to bury it about 2 inches down. So when you cover it, you know it has plenty to grow out. What the goal is right now, because it's still a little warm, is to get the root system started. And when it's winter time, it's gonna really need that root system, and then the bulb is going to get bigger, swell, and in the springtime we're gonna get some shoots up. And then that's how we know, because this is going to take about 9 months. This is like carrying a baby. And so we got to make sure we do it right the first time, and so we can get a good harvest. All right, let's get to work. Also, the bigger the bulb, the bigger the clove, the bigger the bulb. So the bigger the clove, but the bigger the clove, the bigger the bulb. So remember that. If you want large garlic, start with a large clove. And it doesn't matter if the paper comes off. It really doesn't matter. You can keep your paper on or paper off. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so we got all the garlic in the ground and we spaced it out, so we're expecting big cloves because we planted our biggest cloves. We're expecting big buds. That's what I meant to say. So now we're going to bury them, and then this bed will be done. And it's so important that you just put your stuff in the ground. You got to make sure that you give it a good watering so the roots can take. And then we're going to top it off with some mulch and call it a day. I want to tell you a little bit about the type of garlic we're using here. I am a fan of Christopher Ranch's garlic that I get from Costco. It is one of my favorite. It's a soft neck variety, so the flavor is super rich and smooth, and it has a perfect balance. It's not too strong, and it's just right for everyday cooking. So this is one you can pick up from the store. And we decided to go this way because when we went to the nurseries, we could not find the garlic yet, so we went on and got our garlic from Costco. So this is just an option. Okay, in this bed here, as you can see, we trenched it the same way we did the carrots, the beets, and the garlic. But with the onions, we did something different, because instead of burying them in the trenches, we're going to bury them on the top of the mound, because onions bulb, and as they bulb, you want the dirt to fall off the bulb, so it just leaves the roots right down in the dirt. So that's why we put it kind of like peeling it on the mounds. And so the way you see it, we have some shallots, and then we mixed it in with some yellow onions and some red onions and some white onions. So they're all mixed in here, and then we put some sugar peas, the pea pods, along the edges so it can feed the nitrogen down in the roots. So now all we have to do is just mount them up. But when we bury these, we gotta let this part, the tips of it, stick out. We don't want to bury it too deep, because if you bury it too deep, your onions are gonna rot, and it's not gonna get the big bulbs that you want. And then you don't want them too close, because if they're too close, it doesn't have room to expand. So you want to make sure you make it room to expand. We don't want our onions gigantic, but we don't want them tiny. We want them a nice medium size.
About the size of a tennis ball, possibly.
The size of a tennis ball. That's exactly right. And so we put them just a little bit, a little close together. And so we just bury them just a little bit. We just push them in. So you want them to have the tips out. We're gonna finish this bed up. Okay, to give you an update on the garlic. As you can see, most of the garlics are up. And that's a good sign. And what we did was we covered it good with some mulch. We've been watering it in good. And you can see that fertilizer that we put in it, it really made it jump start. So this is about a week and a half after we planted. So this is an update. And these are the fava beans that we have along the side. These are transplants. We started them on the grow trays, and look how well they look. We just took them as soon as they started popping up. We put them in the ground. They've been doing really well. And let me give you a good update on the onions and the shallots. So you may notice that half of the bed of the onions are up and the other half are not. But technically they are. We just covered the back side with some mulch yesterday, so you really can't see them anymore, but just give them a few more days and they'll pop up out of it. But these are the onions and the shallots that we planted, and you can see this is, like I said, a week and a half, and they are up. And this is interesting because we have some peas. These are snow pea pods that we just put in the seeds in the ground, and look how they popped up. All of them have popped up. And then these right here are transplant, and they're struggling. So sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. So you just have to play it by ear. In this case, it was better just to put the peas in the ground and let them come up. Let them suffer through the rain and everything, the wind and the rain. And if you look around, it's cold in Mississippi today, but for us it's cold. It's about 60 degrees and it's windy. You can see seasons have really come in. The fall has really come in. And so that could have a lot of effect on plants. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you learned something. Plant some garlic and some onions. You can get enough. In our house, we eat a lot of garlic and we have a lot of onions. And here we have a good variety of onions. So we won't ever have to go to the store to get onions. We should be good for a whole year. So I hope you learned something. I hope this helped you. And share it with somebody and leave comments and let us know how your root vegetables are doing. And I hope you have a great day.